Okay, so we're doing the next part, and that is creating a style sheet according to instructions. So in the exam, they would give you a list like this and say this is exactly how you should format the style sheet. And let's start with Web Expression. We open it, and in here it takes us to the code already to our HTML. And before we do the style sheet, what I would suggest we do is we first create the HTML. So this is how it should look like. So we go View, we go to Design, and you can see we have a paragraph saying Task Setting Up a Style Sheet. So Task Setting Up a Style Sheet. And then we have a header 1 that says this is the H1 heading. This is the H1 heading. And then this is the H2 heading. So we choose heading 2. This is the H2 heading. And then this is the H3 heading. And then we have, this is the text used for majority of paragraphs on each page. This is the text used for the majority of paragraphs on each page. I hope I put everything there. This is the text used. This is the text used for the majority of paragraphs on each page. And now we have a list of things in there. So for our list, we're going to put in a list, and this is point 1 of the list. This is point 1 of the list. So I'm just going to copy that and just press enter, and I'm going to do that 4 times because we need to say this is point 2, this is point 3, and this is point 4. Okay, so we have that now. So now we can see that this is how this HTML is looking right now. So let's put in our style sheet. So we're going to say File, New, File, New, and then you go to CSS for our style sheet. And it seems that our header 1 needs to have red sans serif font, 34 big, center aligned, and bold. Okay, so we know that we're going to change something in the header 1. So I'm going to put in, let's see, so they say red. So let's follow these instructions. So I know that they already gave us these here, but I want us to get used to following the instructions. So red is going to be our color, and it just needs to be red. Okay. Then after that, sans serif font. So we get the font by typing in font family, and all they said was sans serif. So Arial sans serif, or if we type in sans serif, sans serif, you can also put in Arial. And that was that. It was just red sans serif font, and then the size. Okay, so we're gonna say font size. Font size is 34 pt. Font size, and then center align. So this we need to make font align, or text align. I think it's text align. Text align should be center. Center. And the last thing is that it needs to be bold. So that is font weight. That we just want bold. Seems like I made an error here. Center. Did I spell center wrong? Center. Oh, center. My bad. See, I still make the spelling errors. And that's it. That's everything that we had to do for header 1. So all we do now, we just copy this. And for header 2, we just change whatever they told us. So it should be dark blue. So dark blue. Not sure if that's the actual color. Dark blue would just be navy. So we can just go and type in navy. And the font family should be serif instead of sans serif. So it's just going to be serif. Okay, and if it's serif, then we're going to say Times New Roman, new times. Usually there's this little pop-up that comes up. There we go. Times New Roman, and it's serif. There we go. So there it put in everything for us. So we can just take that out. And the font size should be 20, and it should be left aligned. And the font weight, we didn't do anything with the font weight, so there's no need for us to put that in there. The rest we have. Okay, so we can do the same thing for header 3. Header 3, they want green, so we can just say green. Font family should be sans serif, so we can copy the sans serif here again. Sans serif Arial, and the font size should be 12. And it should also be left aligned, so that's fine. And then we have the list. So we're going to change the list, and in that it should be blue, and it should be sans serif, and it should be 10 big, 10 big, and bullet points, and it should be left aligned, so we can keep the left aligned there. And now we're just going to say what we want to do with the bullet points. So we're going to say list style. Okay, and we're going to say circles. The only reason why I said circle, they said bullet points, but I see here that they wanted these open circles. So if we just have normal bullets, then it's going to be colored in, which we actually have over here. You can see that they are colored in, but for now I know that they want this in the code, so we can just put that as list style. List style type circle. And then the last bit is our paragraphs. So this is going to apply everything to our paragraphs, and it should be Times New Roman serif, Times New Roman serif. Just going to copy that one. Times New Roman serif, and then it should be black. Black serif font 10 point, and it should also be left aligned. Okay, perfect. Okay, so this is our CSS. So I'm just going to say save as. So this is the CSS, and did they say what we should save this as? Style sheet.css. Style sheet.css, and I'm just going to put this in my activity 3 folder. I think it just makes sense to have folders for this, so we just save that there. Now, if we want to attach that style sheet to this HTML document, you just say attach style sheet, you go to browse, we go to that folder that we just saved the style sheet in, and you just say open, we say OK, and in there you can see everything has changed. So we have our paragraph set to 10, you can see that if I click on it, it's on 10. You can see it's Times New Roman. This one has been set to red, so you can see it's on the red. This one is on the green. Oh, okay, that doesn't show, but you can see that it's green there. This is navy. You can see that all of this has been applied to our HTML code over here. So we can save as. So this is going to be the HTML. So let's just see what we should save this as. Second web page with a style sheet. Second web page with a style sheet dot HTML, and we save that inside of activity 3. You say save, and now I realized in the previous videos I never told you guys how I want you to upload this. So I want a screenshot of your final web page. So if you go to your folder and you double click in here, I want to see your web page. So you take a screenshot and you crop everything out except the web page, and then also I want to see that you have your URL in there just to show that it is open in a web page. So I want that. Then I also want to see your codes. So you just go to view page and you say code, and in here I can see the code. But in an exam we are not going to allow this in there, so just make sure to delete everything that doesn't seem familiar, so like all of this metadata in here. You don't have to put that in there. The rest here, this is fine. We're linking the style sheet.css, so the rest is fine. So you can just copy this, or you can just take a screenshot of that and then just paste it in there, crop. See, now there might be a small chance that it's going to be very blurry. Just want to see before I say that. Oh no, it's fine. I can see the code there. And then we also need the code for our style sheet. And this is perfect. So print screen, and we just paste that in there. Crop. So this is our style sheet. For now, just maybe also keep in the top part there, just so that I know if this is for the style sheet or for the HTML. Crop. So also just want to see that part, just so I know for what this is for. And yeah, after that, you just save this as let's go to desktop, activity 3. This you're going to save as a PDF, and just call this whatever activity you did. So this would be activity 3. So you just say save, and now I have everything I need to mark your work. So now I can zoom in and I can see. Just make sure that if you can read your code, then I should be able to read it as well. So this is all I want. So the web page, the HTML, and the CSS code, and then all of this we did on Web Expression. So all of this you didn't have to do like I did over here, where I just use those instructions. You are allowed to use all of this code here. We technically did, but just so that you get enough exercise into to do it without this, because in an exam they're not going to give you this. They're just going to say this is how we want it, and you should know that if they say sans serif, it would be the font family. If they give you a color, then it's going to be color. So just so you know that in an exam you should be able to know what these words before the instructions are in the code. But yeah, I hope that helps. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.